Welcome to Tech Talk Tuesday. Today we're diving into the cyber attacks crippling Canadian hospitals, businesses, and vital services. Then everything you need to know about the upcoming solar eclipse on April 8th. And finally, the U.S. Justice Department slams Apple with a major antitrust lawsuit. Joining us to break it all down is our local tech expert, Kevin Andrews. Kevin, good morning.
Ben, good morning to you.
So cyber attacks are crippling hospitals, businesses, and vital services right across Canada. Experts point to readily available hacking tools and the explosion of the ransomware industry as key reasons. So, Kevin, with these cyber attacks escalating, what's driving this dangerous trend and how can we fight back?
Well, I mean, no question that cyber attacks are on the rise, and I think really for a few reasons. I mean, technology that helps create malware is now more accessible, including AI-powered programs, really making it easier for less skilled individuals to launch really sophisticated attacks that are, I think, harder to really detect now. And so, the ransomware industry is also booming, becoming really, I think, a multi-billion-dollar criminal enterprise. And it's also supported by countries, so making cyber attacks safer for them and even more profitable. So, we've seen firsthand the effects of these attacks, particularly in their universities and healthcare systems in recent years. So I think, to stay safe, people really should need to regularly update their device software. Think about using a technology that they call passkeys. But if not, use strong and unique passwords. I know it's a pain. It's a pain point for many. And so I'd recommend, using a password manager. If not, then like 1Password, or there's another one called Dashlane. And so also to, be careful when opening emails especially from messages from known and really unknown sources. I also recommend, too, you using antiviruses or ransomware or malware protection software on personal devices is also, really another good idea. So I think the bottom line here is really with the cyber attacks becoming more advanced and lucrative, it's essential for really everybody to stay alert, update your defenses, and really invest in security to stay safe.
So, Kevin, in other news, on April 8th, a total solar eclipse will mesmerize viewers globally. So can you just tell us more about this eclipse and where exactly it'll be visible?
Yeah, I mean, this is a fascinating event where the moon aligns perfectly between the sun and the earth and it casts a shadow. And this shadow will sweep across the earth along a specific path that they call the path of totality. And so this path starts in the remote South Pacific Ocean, then moves across the earth, reaching Mexico's west coast before heading towards the U.S., Canada, and even here in Newfoundland and Labrador. And so the biggest question I've been getting lately is, what's the best place here in Newfoundland and Labrador to watch this solar eclipse? And really, based on my research, the southwest coast, including the Cotterroy Valley, is a good place. Other notable locations would be like Gander, Terranova National Park, the Vacaville Coastal Drive, and even the Bonavista Vista Peninsula. Now, Fogo Island is also another great place, and really here in St. John's, you'll also be able to see it as well. Now, the length of the total eclipse will vary depending on where you are within that path of totality. And so if you're interested in getting the best view for the longest time, just head over to the website eclipse2024.org, and you can find more information there. One more point to consider, too. If you enjoy cloudy skies, well, you're in luck. Since 2000, the weather on this day has been cloudy 78% of the time. So odds are we might have a front row seat to some clouds. I'm hoping for clear skies, though.
Yeah, you and I both, but maybe that means we're due for clear skies, after all these years of cloudy skies whenever we have a chance at one of these.
I think so.
So let's say we do have a chance to see this, and we can see it quite well, and the skies are clear. Capturing a solar eclipse is definitely thrilling, but it does require careful preparation because using the wrong equipment can damage cameras and even harm eyesight. Space agencies and experts emphasize the need for precautions to safely photograph this rare event. So, Kevin, can you just elaborate on that and these precautions and why they're so crucial?
Taking pictures of this solar eclipse is crucial, like you mentioned, to protect your camera, protect your eyes. I mean, directly pointing your camera at the sun during the eclipse can really expose it to excessive light and heat, potentially damaging it. So, photographs and people who want to take a lot of pictures recommend using proper equipment and precautions to avoid this risk. And so one important precaution is to use what they call a solar filter to protect your phone's camera during the partial phase of the eclipse, as you would use eclipse glasses to protect your eyes. And so this filter helps reduce the intense light and heat from the sun, which would then prevent damage to your phone's camera. Now, during the totality, when the moon completely blocks the sun, you'll need to remove the filter to really capture the sun's outer atmosphere, which they call the corona. Now, even if a sliver of the sun reappears, it's really important then to reapply that filter to protect your eyes and your camera again. So, people taking pictures also suggest using a tripod to prevent blurry pictures, and they recommend covering your phone's lens sometimes with your eclipse glasses for really added protection. So, again, if the weather cooperates, I'll be out there with my camera, solar filter, and eclipse glasses all set to seize today. And if not, there's always August 23rd, 2044.
Well, we hope this one works out so we don't have to wait that long to potentially see this again. But Kevin, just finally on another topic, the U.S. Justice Department has filed an antitrust lawsuit against Apple, claiming the company established an illegal smartphone monopoly. Can you just kind of delve into the specifics of these allegations?
The U.S. Department has launched a major antitrust, like you mentioned, lawsuit against Apple. They're alleging that Apple, which is one of the tech giants, have built really an illegal smartphone monopoly. And the suit claims that Apple leverages its control of the iPhone to stifle competition, and innovate less, and impose unnecessary fees on consumers and developers. Now, Apple strongly denies these allegations, calling the lawsuit not factual and legally flawed. And they believe it sets a harmful precedent for government interference in the design of technology. And Apple defends its walled garden approach as really, they say it's vital for user privacy and security and really a superior experience. So I think let's sort of see how this plays out in the legal arena and how it might impact the tech industry as a whole.